Greetings to you, my listening friend. I sincerely hope that you and your family are doing very, very well by the grace of the loving God. Today, I asked God all day and yesterday, what should I say to your people who receive these weekly audios? And I asked God, and I asked God, and I asked God, and He gave me nothing. Tonight, as I was leaving a service where I spoke, I said, Father, it's a 10-minute drive from the church to my home. In those 10 minutes, please tell me what I should tell your people regarding the Sabbath. And the impression came to me, don't talk about the Sabbath directly, simply make an appeal. Every Friday you receive these messages, some of you have for years. My impression is to make an appeal. It is good that you listen to the words of God. It is even more critical that you make a decision, and my direct appeal now is that some of you listening who are not yet Sabbath keepers should make a decision immediately by the grace of God to begin honoring the Sabbath of the Lord, the seventh day of the week. For those of you who have been Sabbath keepers, but your Sabbath keeping has not pleased God, you need to engage in Sabbath reform. You need to make a decision to take a closer look at your Sabbath keeping and to observe it in a way that is consistent with thus saith the Lord. And so my message to you is not so much a sermon at all, but a simple appeal from my heart to yours. Make a decision right now. 1, to begin observing the Sabbath of the Lord your God. 2, if you have been a Sabbath observer, at least theoretically, but now you want to do it by the grace of God and observe the Sabbath in a way that pleases God. I'll make one other appeal. For those of you who consider yourselves faithful Sabbath keepers, ask God to use you somehow to lead someone else to observe the seventh-day Sabbath. Not because Sabbath keeping is a form of salvation, but because obedience is an expression of love. And Jesus said, if ye love me, keep my commandments. He also said, why call ye me Lord, Lord, and do not the things that I ask? Do what Jesus asks. Keep His Sabbath for the final time. You've been listening, you're not a Sabbath keeper. Make a decision right now to keep God's Sabbath by His grace. 2, you have been a Sabbath keeper, but your Sabbath keeping has been sloppy. Make a decision to practice Sabbath reform, to look at how you observe God's day and to do it in a way that pleases Him. And 3, make a decision with God's help to lead someone else to observe the Sabbath of the Lord. As you keep the Sabbath holy, as you contemplate making this decision, may the Lord God of heaven and earth, may the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, may the God who is coming back bless your life, doubly bless your children, and take you by the hand and personally, intimately lead you in the path of obedience. God bless you, and happy Sabbath.